Hello, it's Khatija Qureshi. I am back, and so yes, I'm back after a period of almost a week of recovery, healing, self-reflecting, and it's great to be back after a pause. Yeah, so those of you who are seeing me for the first time, welcome to my KQ show. Basically, this is my live after a period where I took a pause. I I basically took time off to kind of recover from a stair fall that I had. And thank you so much, all of you who had been sending well wishes, best wishes for my recovery and healing. And thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you remembering me. And yes, I have recovered well. Not only recovered well physically, but also it was a good time period for me to self reflect on a lot of goals personally and professionally. And I'm happy. To be taking that pause. So I'm back. I did a coming back video post today as well. And it was great interacting with you. Today, basically, I am coming as an impromptu LinkedIn Live. I usually don't do LinkedIn Live during the day. It is usually at the night time, but I was like, I have to do it as a gesture of thank you to all of you who have been sending me well wishes. I was like, I'll quickly come on board and just do like an open ended ask me anything on LinkedIn branding, on online branding as a job seeker. So if you have any questions around how you can brand yourself as a solution provider and not as a sound like as a desperate job seeker online, leave your questions below and I'll be answering them after a few information and tips which I gave you around online etiquettes that you should be heedful when you're building your brand as a solution provider and not sounding like someone who is desperate job seeker. Primarily, my audience is usually newcomers to Canada and pre-arrival immigrant. So my suggestions will be highly customized around the gaps, specifically which newcomers to Canada and recently landed newcomer or even pre-arrival immigrants face. So I will be jamming with you. I'll come back to the comments over here, and I see comments are coming through. So thank you, Akshat. Nice to see you back. It's great to be back after a pause. It's great to be back with the online world. Sometimes break is really very important. To do a little bit of self love, self care, self reflection, and I'm happy. I kind of took an unintentional break, which just came on my lap because of my stair fall. Anyways, it's great to be back. Okay, so I will be talking about online branding etiquettes, which job seekers needs to be heedful of, because everything that you do online, specifically on LinkedIn, it is being watched. It is being researched. It is being spied upon. So you need to be really very intentional on professional platforms because they create your online professional brand, which in Canada, recruiters, hiring managers vet, research as a part of your formal application hiring. As soon as your resume come in front of them, they quickly go to your LinkedIn profile to see your LinkedIn presence, and you can use your online tools to stand yourself out, to sell yourself as a solution provider and what value you bring on table. So I will be talking about certain online etiquettes that you need to be heedful of to create that stellar solution provider brand which impress your employer decision makers. So basically, I'll be talking about four LinkedIn etiquettes. Not only LinkedIn etiquettes, but online etiquettes that you need to be hateful of when building a brand as a job seeker. So let me quickly go into the comments. It takes some time for comments to come into the software that I'm viewing this live broadcast. So I'll keep on moving forward till the comments comes in my interface. So as I said, I will be talking about, and I'll quickly share my screen. I did made a presentation of this, and which apparently it always there is a tech issue at my end. So I did a backup as well, because I knew that this might happen. So I did a backup, and then let me go back to my backup, and yes, here it is. So basically, I will be talking about LinkedIn mindset, and four LinkedIn a value mindset. Basically, what mindset should be in you should be heedful of when you're building a brand as a job seeker, which really impresses and talks with your audience. So these are four principles of value mindset, which I talk about, that if you have this mindset, you will be successful in connecting with opportunities on the online platforms, including LinkedIn. So I'll be talking about all four of these. Over and above, I'm happy to share with my audience over here, with my LinkedIn, with my Facebook, and with my YouTube audience, that my concept of value mindset was featured in one of the LinkedIn newsletter published by Andrew. Um, so this is a snapshot and this is an extract of the newsletter, which was published by LinkedIn news editor Andrew Seaman. I'll highly recommend go and follow him. He talks about a job search content. He creates job search content, and he sends out weekly newsletters speaking to job seekers. So I'll highly recommend go and follow him. So he did a newsletter this week, and my content around value mindset was featured on it, and he was talking about in this newsletter on importance of building a brand as a job seeker and how to manage it. So in the newsletter, there were other career coaches and expert giving advices. My advice was also published as a part of this newsletter, and here I'm talking about, again, to job seekers, that job seekers needs to have a value mindset. What is a value mindset? It is that when you give value through your content, through your LinkedIn presence, to empower your ideal companies, you share your expertise, you share your experiences, and basically what you're doing through your post, you're sharing unique perspectives. So sometimes a lot of job seekers hold themselves back, that everybody's talking about the same thing. No, your perspective that you bring, as, let's say, as a business analyst, through your professional history, would be completely different from another business analyst. So your advice, your unique advice, can help companies solve their challenges. So what you can do, you can use content, you can use posts to brand yourself as whatever your ideal job description is. Let's say social media strategist, so you can use your content, your post, your article, to sell your expertise as a social media strategist, and create an impression in front of the viewers that you are a unique social media strategist who brings this craft, this technical skills on table. And you will be literally convincing the employers to send that direct message to you, that they are interested in talking to you for an opportunity. So branding is right now really, really important for job seekers, more so now, because there is a lot of competition. There is a lot of competition. Literally thousands of resumes are going for one published job title. So you have to create brand, and how you should create that brand should be all around value mindset. And I'm discussing four principle of value mindset, which is a proven process that you will be able to sell yourself even to people who are you're not trying to impress, and they will get convinced of your professional expertise, and they might approach you for something. Okay, so I'll quickly start with the value mindset. During this time, if you have any questions regarding online branding as a job seeker, or any rejections, or any anything that challenge that you are facing to create that stellar online brand as a job seeker, do leave it in the comments below. Even if you're watching this in a replay, do leave in the comments below what are your questions, and usually it comes as a notification, so I'll answer that in the replay as well. So I'll quickly start it, and just quickly, before I jump into it, I will ask you, please, there must be emojis down in your screen. Do like the this content. Do give loads of hearts. There would be a support sign if you are on LinkedIn. Do engage with this piece of content, because I know this engagement can lead this content to come in a lot of people's news feed who might be looking for this, who might be looking for the guidance which I am telling you. So in a way, your engagement will help your audience to get guidance. So do leave a lot of emojis down there, and I love emojis, so let's spread some love, right? So these are some of the emojis that you can play around with while you are listening to me. So like, celebrate, love, insightful or curious, whatever emoji you like, do engage with this content. Okay, so let me quickly go into my the first piece of show where I want to hear from you. Leave your name and professional title which describes your professional brand, whether it be a job seeker brand or entrepreneur brand. Do leave in the comments below what is your name and what job title or describes you, and which city or country you are seeing me from. It can be team live, it can be team replay. Even if you're watching this in a replay, do leave this below. Probably you can connect with someone in the comments, and somebody can come and connect with you. So do leave what is your name, job title which describes your brand, and where you are watching me from. That would be great, not only for me to know my audience, but also you to connect with others who might be a part of team live and team replay. So it's a great networking opportunity for you. So I will quickly go and see. Okay, my comments are not coming through, so I will move on. But do leave your name, your professional title, and your city in the replay. People will be watching this, so you can connect with the right person for that opportunity that you might be looking for. Okay, so it can be just around the corners in the comments, so do leave it. So I will come directly now to the 4 principles of online etiquettes which you need to follow as a job seeker to build that brand. So the first one is come on online world, whether it be LinkedIn or any other professional platform that you are exploring to create that job seeker or a solution provider brand. You should not look for perfection. You should be looking for presenting yourself as a real you. You should not fake it to make it on the online world, specifically on LinkedIn. People are smart enough to understand that you have not created this piece of post, that it is not you. So come on LinkedIn or any other professional platform when you are thinking of taking the journey of online brand building, that you have to focus on sharing your unique perspectives, your professional expertise, your professional experiences in real your way. In short, I want you to be authentic when you are thinking of coming online. Perfection is not important. Progress is more important than perfection. And this is one of important thing which I want to talk about, where a lot of people hold themselves back in creating posts, what we call imposter syndromes. We always get into the questions of why me, why should I post, why people would be interested in knowing from me. As I've just said, that people want, you have a unique story, you have a unique perspective, you have a unique value that you are bringing to your on the table. So people would love to hear you. You as, let's say, a social media strategist versus to person B as a social media strategist would be completely different because you have evolved with your own professional experiences, working with different types of people, with different types of projects. So start exhibiting your professional expertise in your unique way. And yes, people are interested. Set aside this imposter syndrome and you should start. So how you can, if you're a starter, how you can start and just focus on progress is you can start off with simple text post. If you are more comfortable, then you can do text plus visual post. If you are further comfortable, you can do text plus video post. But what is important, start with simple text posts. So that is the first thing. Come on LinkedIn or any other professional platform to do that brand building as a job seeker with the perspective of sharing real you ideas and focus on progress rather than perfection. Okay. The second value mindset I want you to incorporate when you want to start off with online branding as a job seeker is think of coming on LinkedIn or any other professional platform, is that you are online to not no, you're not here for numbers. In short, you're not here for likes, you're not here for engagement, you're not here for comments. Your focus of creating a brand should be all about creating sustainable relationships and connections. You are here to connect and nurture relationships. You are here to give to your audience. You are here to help them around their interests and goals. So that is a value mindset where you give value like three times more value before you go for an ask. And this should be without any expectations. The time when you're giving and giving and giving, it should be without any expectations. And once you have reached that point of relationship building where you are a trusted partner of that connection, they will be giving back to you. That's a human value, that when you give value to someone around their goals, they feel obliged to give back to you because they feel heartened that you have given so much to them that they would love to give back to you. It's a simple human relationship basic value. So come online with the mindset of giving value and building sustainable relationships and connections. So that is the second principle of the value mindset, which I talk about and which I preach as well. Like I think so day before yesterday, I referred someone for a job, and she is going into a preliminary interview for that job. He is going into a preliminary interview for that job title. So there are so many digital ways that you can nurture relationships. So let's move ahead. Again, if you have any question, do type in the comments below. If you're facing any form of difficulty, challenges in creating your brand, or something which is stopping you in even doing comment communication or creating posts or even connecting with people, so do leave your challenges that you might be facing or which is stopping you from connecting with people. Do leave it in the comments below. I will try to answer them at the end of this four principles when after I finish up the LinkedIn value mindset etiquettes. Okay, so I have shared with you two etiquettes. Now I'm going into the third one, which is, I think, so very, very important. And it is a human nature that when we get onto any social media platform, we get into numbers, we get into how many likes we got, how many impressions we got. Are we impressing the people? That is the pit hole that we get into. So as a job seeker, your idea is not to be an influencer. It is as simple as that. You are not getting on social media like LinkedIn to be an influencer. You are here just to impress your ideal audience, which is the hiring managers and the recruiters of your ideal company. And you are just here to create a professional impact. So you can call it an impressing people in that ideal companies, or creating a professional impact. So you are here not to be an influencer and not to get into the mind game of numbers, of how many impressions and likes you got. You're here to create a professional impact and what value you're bringing on the table to solve the pain points of the companies that they are hiring for. So remember again, this falls back to the value mindset. You are here to give value to the ideal companies and create that professional impact, that I am best in these skill set, and I am here to use these skill sets to solve these challenges. So you're just giving value through your content, through your comment communication, through your engagement presence, basically. So that's the third aspect of value mindset, that you are here to create professional impact and not getting into impressions numbers. The last but not the least principle of the value mindset, which I talk about a lot in online brand building as a job seeker, um, is basically, it's not about you, it's about them. So it's not about basically me as a person, it's about the value that I bring for my audience. So that is really very important for a value mindset. It's not about me, it's not about me, it's about my customer. It's about, and who is my customer? The hiring managers, the recruiters that I really want to talk to. That's my audience as a job seeker. So you have to give value to them. You have to give value around how you can solve their pain points, how you can solve the company's pain points that they are hiring for. So remember, when you are building brand as a solution provider, either as a job seeker or an personal brand as an entrepreneur, it's all about your audience, how you can help them solve their pain points. Of course, for that you need to know their pain points, right? So these are the four principles which I talk about in value mindset. And once you follow these four principles of value mindset, you really reframe your brand building process. You really reframe your approach towards how you want to be perceived at. And believe you me, when you value and follow this value mindset in your brand building process as a job seeker, people notice you. People will view you as an expert, because you're creating content which is solving their pain points. People will be impressed. People will take your professional impact and they want to converse and connect with you. It is a tried and tested thing. I have used it. I have trained people, and I have clients where I have trained them on this value mindset, on how they can use online branding. It's a 3-step process that I teach, and two of my clients have landed their first job here in Canada following this value mindset. So do incorporate this value mindset next time you post or next time you engage. It should not be about you, it should be about your audience. So that is it for me. I will highly appreciate if you can share this content with either comment, share, or even you can send this piece of content in people's LinkedIn emails. This specifically call to action is for LinkedIners, because this can help a lot of people, a lot of job seekers, I would say, because as I have mentioned that this piece of our newsletter that Andrew did, then where my advice, my content was published, value mindset content was published. He is also talking about that as a job seeker, it is really important and crucial that you need to build a brand, specifically in Canadian market. Recruiters and hiring managers come to LinkedIn to vet you, to research you, and really you can make yourself stand out in your, from the pack of resumes that you're competing with. So that is it from my side. If you have any questions now, I will go to the comments and see how I can help in your online branding job search journey as a job seeker, and how you can position yourself as a solution provider. So okay, now comments are coming in. So Sahar is saying, Sahar is, you are a civil engineer from Palestine. Thank you so much, Sahar, of joining in from Palestine. I'm so happy. I hope you find a like-minded professional over here who can help you with your goals. Rabia is, I'm looking for a job, but I'm in UK and it's a complete lockdown here. Rabia, welcome to the show, and thank you for putting in about your job search goal, and it's great that you are viewing from UK. And I know world over there are different situations happening. Some countries are going into a lockdown situation based on the ground realities. So I hope you even in the lockdown situation, you can use virtual tools like LinkedIn. There are so many virtual events happening, industry specific events happening. So I can talk about Canadian market, but LinkedIn is universal. Whatever I'm talking about in this news feed can so apply in UK geographics as well. When you approach another person to connect with with the mindset of giving value to that other person, because when you give value to the other person around his or her interest, they you are basically nurturing relationship. You're not just connecting, you're nurturing relationship. You are knocking someone's door with a value mindset that you are here to create sustainable relationship. And when you give to the other person around their needs, they will feel happy to accept you in their community, and then they will be willing to give back to you. So Rabia, do practice value mindset in connecting with people on LinkedIn. It is this value mindset four principle are so universal in brand building. So all the best with your LinkedIn networking while you are at home and you have time to do that. Because I can tell you, Rabia, whether it be UK, whether it be any part of the world, referrals and trusted recommendations are always welcomed when it comes to filling in jobs. So all the best with that. So I think so that is it for now. I'll just quickly answer few frequently asked questions that I get from newcomers. One of them is basically when we are connecting with people on LinkedIn, they ghost us. The connection request, we don't get replies to our connection request. So they use the word ghosting. Ghosting is basically when you don't hear back from someone. So uh, a job seeker can experience ghosting from a recruiter, or a recruiter can experience ghosting even from an applicant. And as a LinkedIner, you can experience ghosting from a connection that you have sent a connection request to and they are not replying. So first of all, let me tell you that when you're experiencing these ghosting syndromes on online world, it is not unusual. It is a very common rejection syndrome, or rejection. It's one of a way where you can go and reevaluate your strategy, that what really made them not reply back to you. But what is really important, that ghosting or somebody not replying back to you it's a normal thing. You should be ready for it. So the first thing is that when you are experiencing connection request ghosting, don't take it personally. That's the very, very important thing. Don't take it personally. The other person is not doing it intentionally. Always give a benefit of doubt. And again, that goes back to the value mindset, that when you are going in relationship building with other person with no expectations, you should be ready to accept rejection. So when you have that value mindset, you will not fall back with frustration, or and you will not take it personally. So don't take it personally. Always keep your networking pipeline filled up. Don't just target one person. Target 10 people, let's say, in 2 weeks. Shortlist highly customized LinkedIn humans which supports your professional goal, and then send highly customized connection requests to them. And if you still don't hear back from them, from one person, from 2%, from 3%, at least you will hear back from 2 out of 10 people. So always keep your networking pipeline filled up. That's a great way of recovering from that ghosting syndrome, which is usually frustration. So first of all, don't take it personally if you don't hear back from someone. Give them a benefit of doubt. They might be super busy in their priorities in their life. Second is that keep your networking pipeline filled up so that you don't feel the frustration of that ghosting rejection symptoms. And the third thing I would say is that always go back on the drawing board and reevaluate the strategy or the tactics which you use to approach that person might be wrong in there. Now what you can think about is with what intent you were writing that connection request, because sometimes the intent supersedes the choice of words that you pick up. So some, like the other day I was speaking to a newcomer to Canada, job seeker, and she was saying that, Khatija, my savings are depleting. I'm really in a desperate mode right now. So I could feel, before even we could talk about her brand building uh, needs and how I could help her, I could feel from her tone of voice. Um, Basically, I was talking to her on phone, so I could feel from her voice that she is getting into that desperate mode. And as soon as, it's a human nature, as soon as somebody feel you are in a desperate mode, they would feel that you are here for a big ask. So you basically subconsciously, you are pushing back the other person to do relationship building. So again, going back to the drawing board, with what intent you are writing. Always, even if you are in that mode where you desperately needs a job, I know, but still, take some do some meditation, and there are so many other tools to relax yourself before you write that connection request, because your intent and your mindset really affect the choice of words that you pick up. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that what you write, basically the communication. So as a newcomer to Canada, make sure that you are up leveling your gap, Canadian communication gap, what words you are picking up. Definitely don't use sir and madam. Sir and madam might have been used in the origin country out of respect, but here it is okay to call out the other person with their first name. So you can use something like dear and then the first name as a salutation. And then you can, the first sentence of that connection request should always be about creating association. So you can talk about any professional, you can give professional compliment with that you really were inspired from his or her professional journey, or you can talk about any inspiring learning from his or her content that he might be sharing. Idea is that first sentence needs to create association, and that first sentence needs to create association which is all about the other person, so that you connect at an emotional level. Second sentence of your connection request should always be very very clear eh, clear thing why you want to connect with them. So if you are connecting as a job seeker, make sure that you're not sounding desperate, yet you are very clear of why you want to connect. So you can always show your openness of learning from their experiences of exploring the path that you have taken as an emerging professional. So in the second sentence, be very very clear on why you want to connect without sounding desperate. And the last sentence should be, of course, salutation. Thank you. I would really appreciate if we could connect, so that we could learn and evolve from each other's experiences, something like that. So basically, if you follow this pattern, it's highly likable the other person will connect with you, because what you're doing through this format, you are showing interest in the professional story of the other person. You are showing interest of learning from his or her experiences. You are showing that you will value the connection, and it's not just connecting and then go and you ghosting them then. So show clear intent of sustainable relationship building through this format and the choice of word and the intent with which you write, and I'm sure you will be able, the probability and the success rate of you connecting with the other person will be really high, and you will feel less of ghosting. So this was one of the frequently asked question I get, and I just had a webinar with Access. It's one of the leading settlement agencies here in Canada, and this was one of a leading question which always comes in. So I leave with this. I hope this session was somewhat helpful to you. If you found anything which you are taking away and which can really make a difference in your job search, online branding as a job seeker, please do engage with this live, so that more and more people in your network can benefit from what I'm sharing today. Because a lot of job seekers right now are looking for guidance. They're really struggling. They're struggling alone, and when you hear someone talking and giving guidance around those pain points, you are doing goodness to your network. So do like, share, and send this to your friends where you feel might be really helpful with their job search journey. And no doubt, online brand building is really important for job seekers right now, to stand out in the competitive job market out there. So I leave with this, and I will see you soon in the next post or next LinkedIn live. And if you are in team replay, do leave in the comments below what is your feedback, what do you want me to cover in the next post or in the next live, and what do you really want. Leave your questions. What are your struggles, what are your challenges, what do you want guidance around um, creating an effective brand as a job seeker to sell yourself to your ideal employers. I leave with this. Have a great, productive, healthy, and beautiful sunshine week ahead. Bye.